What's this? Possibility of some showers working in the forecast there. It's a low chance. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
Now this morning, wildfires from California to Canada are sending smoke across the U.S., coming up air quality alerts that could affect you. And La Crosse Common Council deciding the fate of historic water bubblers and a proposed ordinance on THC sales. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Wednesday, August 6, 2025. Waking up, heading out the door this morning, you might need a jacket, might need an electric blanket too if they've got the air turned on. You said, hey, you might not need the AC this morning.
No,
our engineers didn't get that memo.
Yeah, it's because it's going to be a mild day today. We're holding on to mild conditions, probably getting about 85 degrees today. And it may feel like it may be a degree or two warmer on your skin. Other than that, we're looking pretty good with the rainfall chances trying to get in the forecast. This is trying to get into a nice little line here. We're keeping an eye on that as it gets to the Twin Cities, but it is falling apart. And down to the south, this system is also beginning to fall apart. You can see the heavier rainfall associated with that. That would have run right over us, but it looks like it's not going to happen. We've got the sunshine out there right now with a few clouds still holding on. Fair skies out there continuously for this morning, getting into a little bit of patchy fog down to the south, but right now not much fog and low cloud activity. We do have some light smoke here to possibly moderate smoke in the forecast. We are not in any alerts right now locally here for us. It is over there by the eastern portion of the state. We'll hold on to this rainfall, as you can see, and a lot of, if you look around that cloud cover you see, there's a lot of black, drier air out there currently, and that's why we can't get a lot of that rainfall down to the ground. Also, there's some drier air going from St. Louis back towards areas towards Chicago, and then all the way up into all the way into Toronto, and that continues to slightly skew any type of rainfall getting down to the ground, as well as a big V shape that's over us right now. We're holding on to temperatures getting in the 60s and the 70s for the day, possibly 80 by the 1 o'clock hour under mostly cloudy skies, giving way to Eau Claire, holding on to 64 degrees with plenty of sunshine there, mostly sunny skies. Cloud covers pop right back in by the 9 o'clock hour, all the way to the finish of the morning, going to the early afternoon. That's when you have a better chance of trying to get some showers down to the ground for you. Here's a look at that smoke right now. It continues to track out of the region as we go through the 7 o'clock hour, and of course up and out it goes by the 3 o'clock hour. It is really not in our region anymore. Holding on to high temperatures today, we're looking at upper 70s to at least the middle 80s, with La Crosse running that up to 85 degrees, 84 for Boscobel, 83 for Prairie du Chien, and Eau Claire, well, 82 degrees for you, and good morning. Back to you.
All right, and speaking of that, wildfire smoke is hurting air quality across the country as fires burn in the West and Canada. Millions are under air quality alerts in 11 states. Southern California fighting the state's biggest blaze of the year. The Gifford fire has burned nearly 84,000 acres. It's currently less than 10% contained. The fate of La Crosse's historic green bubblers remains up in the air this morning. The Common Council last night voted to install new ADA compliant drinking fountains across the city, but they rejected a proposal to delay removing the beloved green bubblers. The historic fountains were shut off earlier this year for ADA compliance issues.
We do need water for our citizens, whether they're sheltered or unsheltered or people just walking their dogs, jogging. We do need water for our citizens. Obviously, we'll have to do ADA compliant, and I'm good with that, but I just want to make sure that we preserve our old bubblers.
The council also recommended a new ordinance banning hemp-based THC sales to anyone under 21. The proposal would require ID checks, block sales within 500 feet of schools and parks, and mandate warning signs on vending machines.
Sometimes when you're young, you make foolish decisions. Sometimes we have to protect kids from themselves.
The mayor introduced the resolution, but admits he hasn't talked with existing cannabis businesses in the city. The measure mirrors legislation recently passed in Alaska. And again, these are just recommendations. The full council will vote next week. A group is fighting to change how you vote in Wisconsin. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has more on fusion voting.
Fusion voting allows candidates to be listed on the ballot under multiple parties. This means that votes from all parties supporting that candidate are combined to help them win. Fusion voting was legal in Wisconsin until the early 20th century. In April, a lawsuit was filed against the Wisconsin Elections Commission to bring it back to the Badger State.
They can be supported by one of the two major Democratic or Republican parties, or they could be nominated by a third party. What this does is it helps third-party issues to become viewed as more potentially possible.
Rash is a plaintiff on the lawsuit and executive director of Leader Ethics, a group that promotes transparency and unison among elected officials. He says fusion voting would allow ballots to reflect Wisconsin as a purple state.
We think this is going to be a way to try to bring the two parties closer together so that we recognize that there's a moderate population in our state, that they're looking for solutions and not looking to point fingers.
The lawsuit is currently making its way through the court system. In the meantime, Leader Ethics is making plans to campaign across the state.
We know that there's a number of steps in the process, but the first thing you got to do is broaden the general awareness.
Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
A forum will be held at the Black River Beach Neighborhood Center starting at 12:30. And Governor Tony Evers is pushing for more health care funding after visiting Western Wisconsin providers. He met with St. Clair in La Crosse and Chippewa Valley Free Clinic in Eau Claire, promoting investments in grants for free and charitable clinics. The biennial budget invests more than $1 billion to support health care access. The governor says that's a field that deserves state investment.
Not going to be able to force the healthcare systems to receive less money. I mean, they have costs just like everybody else. So the state has to be on top of it and be ready. That's the bottom line. We need to continue to support the healthcare systems.
The new state budget includes $1.5 million in new funding over the next 2 years for free and charitable clinics. Aspirus Health will break ground on a new hospital and clinic in Chippewa Falls next week. The 35,000 square foot facility will include primary and inpatient care, emergency services, and lab imaging. They're hoping to open next fall. A registered sex offender pleads not guilty to possessing child sexual abuse materials. Jonathan Statz faces 10 counts of child pornography possession and failure to maintain sex offender registry. The court found probable cause to bind Statz for trial. He remains in custody on a $100,000 cash bond. Across multiple cities in the region, communities came together last night to celebrate National Night Out. The nationwide event is dedicated to strengthening bonds between first responders and the people they serve. Every year, residents are encouraged to step outside their homes, connect with neighbors, and engage with local police.
It gives you the opportunity to build some trust. We know that when you build a relationship, you have those positive contacts. When crisis happens, there's that trust aspect that's already been built.
And several communities here in our region and the nation celebrated National Night Out. Winona State University expecting an enrollment bump this fall. The university is seeing about an 11% increase in freshman enrollment, they say, and more than 3% uptick in overall undergrad enrollment. The university president attributes the growth to former student success.
We were #1 ranked among the Minnesota State colleges and universities in terms of student success. And so we have good data to talk about that. We had a 97% job placement rating.
He says Minnesota's North Star Promise Scholarship is also boosting enrollment. That scholarship covers tuition for families making less than $80,000 a year. Time now is 6:06. Still ahead on your morning news, experts telling parents to watch out for counterfeit versions of a viral toy. A proposed drone rule brings aerial home delivery closer to reality, and the National Weather Service set to refill positions they cut earlier this year. The Bureau of Labor Statistics commissioner was fired by the president over a poorer than expected jobs report. Just ahead, we'll take a look at how the agency develops those numbers. For now, sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. A Michigan woman just turned 114. She credits her love of potatoes for keeping her alive. Bonita Gibson and her husband grew Idaho potatoes for 35 years, and the Idaho Potato Company recently surprised her with that 72-foot potato truck for her birthday. As you start to wake up this morning, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with a view from the Avenue of the Americas building. This is in New York City. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
Need a new driveway? Parking lot looking rough? Trust Patriot Paving. We do it all. Driveways, parking lots, and durable chip seal surfaces. Fast, reliable, affordable. Book online today at patriot-paving.com.
Don't wait for better water. With Maxwell White Water Conditioning, you get water you will feel good about. With every sip, every bath, every day. And easy financing to make it happen now. Call today and start enjoying better water tomorrow.
A great percentage of what we do at the Pump House Regional Arts Center is impacted by tourists.
The more people that we can get into the La Crosse area, the more I can provide for the people in our neighborhoods, the employees that I can help take care of, and just generally a better quality of life for us and our surrounding area.
The increased tourism means more business to us, means that we need to hire more staffing to accommodate for the fuel sales, to accommodate getting the rentals ready.
The power of tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
There's never been a better time to enjoy quality Smith Brothers sofa sectionals and chairs than right now during the annual Smith Brothers sale at Drury's in Fountain. You'll save on the latest sofa styles, stunning casual sectionals, and cozy chairs and recliners, even luxurious leather designs. Smith Brothers, made in America by skilled craftsmen dedicated to putting quality first. Plus, there's even special 24-month financing on all Smith Brothers furniture. Smith Brothers furniture at the best prices of the year, now at Drury's in Fountain.
Soar into a new career at Eagle Crest Communities.
After high school, I joined Eagle Crest Communities. I did not know what I wanted to do for a career, and I really found a passion for working with our senior population. They care about me just as much as I care about them. Being able to be a part of their day is a really special thing for me, and it's given me a purpose in life.
Learn more at eaglecrestlife.org.
Tired of hard water and harsh chlorine? Maxwell White Water Conditioning brings you the all-new Dual Media Water Softener. Say hello to softer skin, luxurious hair, and water that feels amazing. Call Maxwell White today, where better water starts here.
Need a new driveway? Parking lot looking rough? Trust Patriot Paving. We do it all. Driveways, parking lots, and durable chip seal surfaces. Fast, reliable, affordable. Book online today at patriot-paving.com.
Well, good morning to you as we get into your day. Starting out here with Onalaska, looking at 66 degrees out there right now. Humidity 75%. 7 miles visibility. Folks are zooming right along, heading to work or coming back home from work. We'll also be picking up Menominee, also looking at 66 degrees out there. 100% humidity. Dew point is about 66 degrees. And yeah, it'll feel nice and mild out there today as we get into your forecast. Current temperatures are going to widespread in the 60s, picking up some upper 50s into Black River Falls and Sparta. A little bit chilly over there in Volkfield as well, Wisconsin Rapids all the way up to Wausau, just outside of the region. So still a bit chilly there. We'll go right back into how this all shapes up for us as we go through the day today. As we go into high temperatures, going through Wednesday today, 78 degrees, picking up at least up to the middle 80s in your forecast. A lot of middle 80s kind of circled right around here. We're holding on to some southerly winds, about 5 to 7 miles per hour in the forecast. And of course, that light shower potential is working into our region, possibly as we go into the latter portion of the morning hours. You see the cloudier skies for La Crosse, and then eventually you'll see mostly cloudy skies for the better part of the day, down to partly cloudy skies to finish out the afternoon going to the evening. You look at Eau Claire, you have again cloudier skies now. They're really starting to ramp it up. Possibility of showers to finish out the morning. Still about a 20% chance for you, so it's still a low chance of that occurring. Holding on to the 82-degree mark under mostly cloudy skies to finish out the day, giving way to at least 74 degrees to finish out into the evening hours. Thursday, we've got some more showers and storms working in the forecast. It's about a 30% chance now, so it's a better chance of getting that down to the ground, and that's going to be pretty much mostly in and out of the day, coming in into the afternoon, into the evening hours as well. There's your chance of showers you can see for the morning hours and back again in the afternoon for Eau Claire. And then once you get into areas for the better part of La Crosse, you're looking at morning showers as well. A chance coming in the latter portion of the afternoon going into your evening commute. So as we go into Friday, this should be the warmest day of the week here, getting up to, again, the low 90s. It'll probably feel like it's it's about 100 degrees on your skin in Eau Claire, where it can feel about maybe up to about 96 to 97 degrees on your skin for La Crosse. The dew points are a little bit on the cooler side. As you can see right here, here's the look right there. You can get up to 90 degrees on your skin for La Crosse. It'll feel like 96 as you go right into Friday, and then 92 degrees as it will, and just slowly cooling you down as we go the next few days. And of course, Eau Claire looking pretty similar, 92 degrees, possibly 100 degrees by Friday, and of course, cooling you down a little by little to finish out the weekend with rainfall on the way. Back to you.
In our morning consumer news, parents hoping to make that next birthday extra special should beware of bogus Labubus. That is a message from the Better Business Bureau, reminding consumers that scammers often take advantage of hot trends. More than 70 people have reported counterfeit versions of the popular plush toy. You can find more information at bbb.org. The Trump administration wants to let drones fly beyond their pilot's view. That would pave the way for aerial deliveries at your doorstep. Google's Wing is already testing package deliveries from DoorDash and Walmart. The National Weather Service is reversing course on layoffs. The agency will now hire back 450 meteorologists, hydrologists, and radar technicians after DOGE cuts and a federal hiring freeze. The jobs are labeled frontline mission critical. 500 weather employees were let go or forced into retirement earlier this year at the helm of DOGE. President Trump is calling the latest jobs report a scam without providing evidence. He's accusing government statisticians of cooking the books against his presidency. Ivan Rodriguez breaks down how the jobs report actually works.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics collects data on a number of key economic concerns and produces critical reports on prices, inflation, and unemployment. The data is then used by businesses, investors, and government organizations like the U.S. Federal Reserve to make critical decisions. But Friday, President Donald Trump abruptly fired the commissioner of the BLS, Dr. Erica McIntyre, accusing her of rigging the latest jobs report for political purposes. Former BLS Commissioner William Beach, nominated by Trump in his first term, says that's impossible.
The commissioner doesn't do anything to collect the numbers. What I think really upset the president on Friday were the revisions to May and June.
The BLS's initial monthly jobs estimates are often based on incomplete data, so they are revised twice after the initial report, followed by a preliminary annual revision in August and a final revision in February.
BLS is the finest statistical agency in the entire world. Its numbers are trusted all over the world.
The BLS collects jobs data in two separate surveys. The first is done in part with old-fashioned door knocking. A second survey is collected from thousands of businesses and government agencies via telephone, internet surveys, and for large corporations through an automated data transfer.
President's attack on the commissioner and on the Bureau could undermine that trust over the long term.
Earlier this week, the president said he plans to name a new Bureau of Labor Statistics commissioner in the coming days. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art. He's got an update on our forecast. You still tracking that rain, Art?
Yeah, still tracking. And I was also looking at in areas just west of Minnesota, I should say west of the Twin Cities, and they're still holding on to dry conditions as well. Not a lot of rainfall that swept past them over the last few hours. They even put some rainfall on the ground. We're also going to be seeing this continue to just drive. You can see the farther you go up to the north, the less lightning you're also seeing in the forecast there as well. How about this, though? We'll also be picking up this as we go through the day. A low chance of showers for the morning. We go into the afternoon. It's a low chance of showers going there as well. Overnight, you have a possible chance coming in as well going to the day and for tomorrow. This is what's looking at. You've got the mostly cloudy skies to cloudier skies working out right now, but it still looks pretty good up in Eau Claire. 65 degrees with you this early morning, getting to 7 miles visibility with increasing clouds now for La Crosse, holding on to sunrise on the way. Continues to pop up there, as you can see, and a little bit of haziness out in the distance there because we do have a little light smoke to moderate smoke in the forecast area, but we are no longer in any alerts. There's that moisture continuing to work its way down, coming all the way up from the northern portion of the Dakotas, and then of course you're also seeing this drier air that continues to just switch all the way through the region here, continues to go all the way out to Toronto. And that drier air is really keeping, of course, it's along underneath as well, right over us here, and in fact you're going to be seeing this continue on. See how this kind of falls apart as it gets closer to us. You've got drier air over here with all that warm, drier air out there right now, and then eventually it continues to fizzle that storm activity, showers as well, kind of breaking apart, getting into the area about 1:15. You get into Eau Claire, and that's about it. Then we've got the drier conditions back into fruition. Cloud cover doesn't have a chance to stick around with that dry air as we go right back into it, back again for Thursday. As you see it crossing the line, getting over the river by the time we get in the 12 o'clock hour. So that's finally getting at the ground for us. And holding on to some light shower activity, light to moderate conditions. That continues to ramp up a little bit as we get into the afternoon, getting about 8 o'clock. In fact, you're going to see some storm activity associated with that as well. It was over Eau Claire and worked over to Sparta and Black River Falls, and it tracked back down to the south to Rochester. Then it gets kicked out of the way and gets stronger as it even goes more to the east. So we have to keep an eye on that to make sure we don't get any severe weather associated with that, even though it's really looking kind of small, but it still has a chance to get a kick into it. We'll hold on to the rainfall associated with this as well as we go through the next few days here over the next 72 hours. We're holding on to this all the way to Friday, and then possibly if I get to Saturday, maybe we can see a little bit there popping up. Yeah, about 1.5 inches possible for Saturday to get from Winona back to La Crosse, about 3/4 of an inch there. Up to the north in Eau Claire, despite having a good chance of rainfall today. Not looking too good for you there, but 2 to 3 inches possible for Black River Falls. And of course, this will probably change up a little bit. Thursday's rainfall, possibly, I should say, in showers. You're still going to hold on to that, pop into the forecast there. Maybe about 1/2 inch of rainfall possibly for us. But Friday, it's going to be drier. You may see maybe some showers coming in the overnight for the early morning hours, but it's going to be a warm day, a humid day as well. Temperatures are getting to the 90s and the 80s. It'll feel like this is about close to about 96 degrees to about 100 degrees on your skin possible for Eau Claire as well as La Crosse. Getting into conditions to be like this, 91 degrees out there for Friday. Saturday, you're looking at upper 80s, and that continues into Sunday with showers and storm activity. Those rounds of showers and storms will have a lot more kick to it as well, and we'll talk about that when I return, so stick around.
All right, coming up, warmer summers mean tick bites are on the rise. Just ahead, we'll have the latest tick report, let you know how you can avoid being bitten.
Coming up, the Blitz, football is back. Sights and sounds from La Crosse's south side as the Riverhawks get things underway on the gridiron. Stick around.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Use promo code 20 and receive up to 20% off your entire project. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no obligation consultation at goasher.com.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story.
Retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Use promo code 15 and receive up to 20% off your entire project. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now. We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stop the bus.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, it was like Christmas morning for football players and coaches across the state yesterday. The first day of what they hope to be a season that runs all the way till late November. Here in town over at Central High, the Riverhawks were part of that wild Mississippi Valley Conference that produced a 5-way tie for the top spot. Now this season, Coach Olson and the players are looking to build off that momentum and take another step forward as they aim to capture that crown all by themselves. It was a bit of a different offseason for a lot of teams across the state as coaching staffs were allowed to have more time to work with their players, something that Coach Olson says is definitely benefiting his team early on.
Yeah, it was certainly a different change. You know, I think we really liked it. We're definitely starting out day one in a different spot right now than we have in years past, just because of those added contact days. It's challenging. You need to try to find the balance of, you know, doing enough and getting good work in, and not burning the kids out pushing too hard over the summer.
As it is with each new season, the seniors will be relied upon to set a good example for the rest of the team and continue to build winning habits. And a couple guys in particular are ready to do their part.
I'm ready just to, like, you know, from all the lessons I've learned from older kids, I can now use that and pass it on to the younger, so when they get in my position, they can really take it up a notch as well.
Yeah, of course. You know, our senior year is something we've been waiting for since we were freshmen, so I think we're all pretty jacked up for this.
Riverhawks will open up their season in just 16 days at home against a traditionally strong Waunakee team over at Roger Herring Stadium. News on the NFL side, Jordan Addison with a 3-game suspension handed down from the league, and Nate Hobbs with a knee procedure that just happened over the weekend. Reports say he could be ready for the regular season opener. All right, that'll do for the Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
It's the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts. Get up to an extra 50% off regular prices or pay no interest until 2030 on the best selection of porch and patio in the Midwest. Right now during the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Get an 11% rebate on everything in Menards. We've got everything you need for concrete, whether it's for construction or landscaping. From bagged concrete for setting posts and pouring slabs to beautiful retaining wall and patio block to set your backyard apart. Menards has the concrete products that will be the foundation of your home's upgrade. Get an 11% rebate on all concrete products today at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I have been working at Firefighters Credit Union for over 20 years and been in the mortgage business for 30 years. We get a lot of people that like to shop around, and I encourage people to shop around for mortgages. And the one thing that you hear over and over is that we're for real. What they hear on the commercials is what they see when they come and see any of our employees. All these things together are what make Firefighters Credit Union the team you can trust.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
With less pain and swelling from active psoriatic arthritis, imagine being a million miles away. With Tremfya, less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. Some patients even felt less fatigued. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
I have active psoriatic arthritis, but with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready for this moment. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Cream on the left, one more episode. Cream on the right, we crushed the whole series. Yes! Oh, that was really good.
Oreo, stay playful. During the 51st anniversary sale at Home Sleep Express, get our best offer ever and pay no interest until 2030, or get an extra 10% off sale prices on Prana Sleep and Thomas Cole Sleep. Find the right fit for your right sleep. The 51st anniversary mattress sale, now at Home Sleep Express.
We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stop the bus.
Low chance of rainfall heading our way. More about this coming up for you in just a moment.
Now this morning, wildfires from California to Canada are sending smoke across the country. Coming up, air quality alerts that could affect you. And La Crosse Common Council deciding the fate of historic water bubblers and a proposed ordinance on THC sales. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Wednesday, August 6th, we will start by sending it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our forecast for us, tracking a little bit of rain this morning, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's how moving into the area gradually trying to cross the river. I'm also seeing wind gusts up to about 21 miles per hour associated with this right now. That's over the Twin Cities currently. And as this tracks a little bit closer to us, we've got the skies that are still trying to gradually formulate into at least mostly cloudy conditions, but it's looking pretty not too bad out there. We have a little bit of smoke and haze out there, some light to moderate smoke and haze, and not any alerts associated with that is all today. We'll get into Eau Claire. You're looking at some skies that are kind of filtered right now. You're holding on to a little bit of haze out there as well, but the winds you can see out in the distance to the right, that flag is moving a little bit, and that flag's pretty big. Holding on to that shower activity, you can see it also continuing to get closer to the river, but a lot of drier air is associated with that. You see all that, the white clouds, but you see the gray and the darker colors around it. That's all dry air, and more of that is also to the east as well, tracking over by Chicago as well as over into Cleveland and then continuing into Toronto. That's more drier air still in the forecast. We also have warmer air coming up from the south, and that's where those southerly winds are cooking right now as well. But right now we're going to be in the mild today, believe it or not. 60s and some 70s and some 80s today as we go through the morning into the afternoon. You've got cloudier skies working into the forecast, but you have more clouds up to Eau Claire as we finish out the day from 64 to 77 degrees. And when I come back, I'll have a better overview how this all shapes up for your day, so please stick around.
Thank you, Art. And that wildfire smoke is hurting air quality across the country as fires still burn in the West and Canada. Millions are under air quality alerts. Southern California fighting the state's biggest blaze of the year. The Gifford fire has burned nearly 84,000 acres. It's currently only 9% contained. And the fate of La Crosse's historic green bubblers still up in the air this morning. The Common Council last night voted to install new ADA compliant drinking water fountains across the city. They rejected a proposal to delay removing the beloved green bubblers. The historic fountains were shut off earlier this summer for ADA compliance issues.
We do need water for our citizens, whether they're sheltered or unsheltered or people just walking their dogs, jogging. We do need water for our citizens. Obviously, we'll have to do ADA compliant, and I'm good with that, but I just want to make sure that we preserve our old bubblers.
The council also recommended a new ordinance banning hemp-based THC sales to anyone under 21. The proposal would require ID checks, block sales within 500 feet of schools and parks, and mandate warning signs on vending machines.
Sometimes when you're young, you make foolish decisions. Sometimes we have to protect kids from themselves.
The mayor introduced the resolution, but admits he hasn't spoken with existing cannabis businesses in the city. The measure mirrors legislation recently passed in Alaska, and these are just recommendations. The full Common Council will vote next week. A group is fighting to change how you vote in Wisconsin. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has more on fusion voting.
Fusion voting allows candidates to be listed on the ballot under multiple parties. This means that votes from all parties supporting that candidate are combined to help them win. Fusion voting was legal in Wisconsin until the early 20th century. In April, a lawsuit was filed against the Wisconsin Elections Commission to bring it back to the Badger State.
They can be supported by one of the two major Democratic or Republican parties, or they could be nominated by a third party. What this does is it helps third-party issues to become viewed as more potentially possible.
Rash is a plaintiff on the lawsuit and executive director of Leader Ethics, a group that promotes transparency and unison among elected officials. He says fusion voting would allow ballots to reflect Wisconsin as a purple state.
We think this is going to be a way to try to bring the two parties closer together so that we recognize that there's a moderate population in our state, that they're looking for solutions and not looking to point fingers.
The lawsuit is currently making its way through the court system. In the meantime, Leader Ethics is making plans to campaign across the state.
We know that there's a number of steps in the process, but the first thing you got to do is broaden the general awareness.
Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
And a forum will be held today at the Black River Beach Neighborhood Center. That starts at 12:30. Governor Tony Evers pushing for more health care funding after visiting Western Wisconsin providers. He met with St. Clair in La Crosse and Chippewa Valley Free Clinic in Eau Claire. He's promoting investments and grants for free and charitable clinics. The biennial budget invests more than $1 billion to support health care access. The governor says that's a field that deserves state investment.
Not going to be able to force the healthcare systems to receive less money. They have costs just like everybody else. So the state has to be on top of it and be ready. That's the bottom line. We need to continue to support the healthcare systems.
The new state budget includes $1.5 million in new funding over the next 2 years for free and charitable clinics. Aspirus Health will break ground on a new hospital and clinic in Chippewa Falls next week. The 35,000 square foot facility will include primary and inpatient care, emergency services, and lab imaging. Aspirus hopes to open next fall. A registered sex offender pleads not guilty to possessing child sexual abuse materials. Jonathan Statz faces 10 counts of child pornography possession and failure to maintain sex offender registry. The court found probable cause to bind Statz for trial. He is still in custody on a $100,000 cash bond. Winona State University, meantime, expecting an enrollment boost this year. The university says it's seeing about an 11% increase in freshman enrollment compared to last year and a more than 3% uptick in overall undergrad enrollment. The university president attributes the growth to former student success.
We were #1 ranked among the Minnesota State colleges and universities in terms of student success. And so we have good data to talk about that. We had a 97% job placement rating.
He says Minnesota's North Star Promise Scholarship is also boosting enrollment. That scholarship covers tuition for families making less than $80,000 a year. Across multiple cities in the country, communities came together last night to celebrate National Night Out. The event is dedicated to strengthening the bond between first responders and the people they serve. Every year, residents are encouraged to step outside, connect with neighbors, and engage with local law enforcement.
It gives you the opportunity to build some trust. We know that when you build a relationship, you have those positive contacts when crisis happens. There's that trust aspect that's already been built.
And several communities, like we said, across the area and the country all had their own National Night Out celebrations. Your chances of getting a tick bite are at the highest level in 8 years. Warmer temperatures and high humidity are the leading factors in the spike. The number of people needing emergency care for tick bites reaching its highest level in 8 years. Experts say climate change is contributing to the issue, with ticks popping up in more areas. The higher temperatures also leading to more disease transmission through mosquitoes. Health Secretary RFK Jr. is stopping vaccine development using mRNA technology. That's the same technology used to create the COVID vaccine. HHS will pivot away from mRNA in favor of other vaccine platforms. Kennedy claims mRNA isn't effective against respiratory infections like COVID and the flu, despite evidence showing the contrary. The move ends 22 mRNA projects currently in progress. For some students, back to school means back to boring breakfasts and lunches. And if your child gets sick of the same cereal in the morning and sandwich in the afternoon, they're not alone. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has 6 healthy and easy meal ideas that can spice up the school day.
In the classroom, you want your child to do their best, so set them up for success before they even head to school.
We want our kids to be able to focus, and to be able to focus, we want to make sure that their bellies have something in them.
Catherine Sherry with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Strong for Life program says healthy meals should have protein, healthy fats, fiber, and some carbohydrates. For breakfast, Sherry says to make whole wheat toast more exciting by adding nut or seed butter and some sliced fruit like bananas and strawberries. You can also make a breakfast burrito, add some egg and veggies, maybe some avocado and a side of salsa. Or make egg muffins, fill them with veggies, maybe a little meat, pair with some fruit and a slice of whole wheat toast.
You can make multiples of these ahead of time. We can put them in a freezer bag, and then we just grab one out each morning, pop it in the microwave.
You can spice up lunch boxes too. Sherry says making your own Lunchable can make it more nutritious. Roll up some low-sodium lunch meat and cheese, add whole wheat crackers and some nut butter, plus a veggie and some sliced fruit. Or send them to school with some leftover pasta, pair it with some sliced veggies and hummus to dip, along with the fruit. Chicken salad is also a healthy lunch alternative. Pair with sliced apple and some veggies and whole wheat crackers. Finally, have them wash these meals down with water.
Leave those sugary beverages at home. Let's just go ahead and do water for hydration.
All right, all looks pretty good. For even more healthy ideas, you can check out the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta website at strongforlife.com. Now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our morning commute. If you can stop thinking about food.
I know, right? I just can't stop it. I could use a pizza right now, maybe some beans too. I don't know. I'm just in a weird mood. We get into some Twin Cities here, looking at some rainfall kind of moving in the area there, trying to cross the river, getting into areas right by Wabasha as well. Well, I'll get a bit closer here. You can see right now also where Red Wing is in that right now as well. Wabasha's getting maybe a sprinkle currently, and then we'll see this kind of move towards Eau Claire possibly. The last 24 hours, the rainfall that we've had picked up, not much happening right now. You can see that currently. In fact, it's still trying to get over the river, trying to get closer to us. We're seeing some wind gusts, as I've already told you, about 22 miles per hour. We're also going to be seeing by 4 o'clock. This will still maintain this process, getting these winds out of the south, moving through the area today, holding on to smoke as we go through it too. It's a low chance of that occurring, going from the 5 o'clock hour, from the 6 o'clock hour, all the way into 7 o'clock hour. It's moving over. It's light to moderate smoke, and it's not. There are no alerts for us. They are all over into the east as you go over towards the river there. In fact, we'll also. I should say the lake, excuse me, as we get closer to that. We'll hold on to temperatures in the at least the 80s today, 85 degrees today, so we're in the mild, holding on to local temperatures. You see more 80s down to the south, up to the north. We have a mix of some upper 70s. We'll also pick up current temperatures again in the 60s right now, holding on to some areas. Still a little bit chilly if you go over to Black River Falls, Sparta, 58 degrees there, 65 in Eau Claire. La Crosse is at 66 degrees currently. We'll roll right into the highs for today. As you can see, maybe a few sprinkles to showers trying to get in the forecast here today. Eau Claire at 82 degrees, 85 for La Crosse. We'll go right back down to 83 degrees for your local temperatures down to the south as well. Viroqua 80, and of course over in Sparta 84 degrees. All right, so temperatures are going to be very comfortable. Tomorrow's will be a different story. We get into it here as we finish out today. Holding on to mostly cloudy skies to 80 degrees to 85, holding on to those mostly cloudy conditions. We'll get back into Eau Claire. You've got the cloud cover still holding on as we go through the morning hours and breaking away from that. And of course, we'll see as we go into Thursday, temperatures and rainfall in the forecast with upper 80s. Heading your way. Back to you.
Coming up in your Morning Buzz report, rapper Sean Diddy Combs turning to the Trump administration for a pardon. We'll have the latest on that just ahead in the Morning Buzz.
Where is the best place for local, fresh, quality meat? The Holman Locker and Meat Market, of course. Our homemade brats are on sale this month for just $4.99 per pound. Grab some mustard and check out our beer selection. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Coulee Region Women, your area's award-winning magazine, is now available. In our Animals and Agriculture issue, we celebrate women working with flora and fauna, starting with Organic Valley's CEO, Shauna Nelson. Gain an appreciation of bugs with Krista Hamilton, sample farm to table at Driftless Cafe, be charmed by Flower the Skunk, and meet the goat farmers inspired by Rainbow Ridge Farms. Don't miss the La Crosse Area Builders Association Parade of Homes Guide. Pick up your copy at area merchants or go to crwmagazine.com to read online.
The Meats family has finally gained a member. Meet Applewood Smoked Ham. Smoked is their middle name. 2 for $7 ham and Swiss melts. Arby's, we have the meats.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Summer style starts here. Refresh your space for less at the King Furniture Hot Summer Sale. Save up to 50% on an entire room of beautiful new furniture. Living rooms, bedrooms, dining, you name it. Find mattress closeout deals on overstocked inventory and special factory closeout Lazy Boy recliners at prices too good to sit out. Plus, when you trade in your old furniture, get a discount on new. We'll even deliver in Holloway for free. It's the King Furniture Hot Summer Sale going on now.
When a migraine strikes and I've taken a Triptan, side effects like dizziness can throw me off. Migraine again. Ubrelvy works differently. It keeps me in rhythm, quickly stopping migraine pain within 2 hours. And some have pain relief that lasts all day. so I can handle whatever the day may throw at me. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Report increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur days after use. Ask your doctor how you can stop migraine attacks and stay in rhythm with Ubrelvy.
Stop in for a treat at Holman Locker and Meat Market. Our award-winning ice cream comes in several flavors, available in a cone or a pint. Try our featured ice cream, Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Well, good morning to you. Welcome back as we get back into it. Rainfall trying to be a part of our forecast here. Of course, you know by now, if you've been watching, it's a little less of a chance of getting down to the ground here. We're looking at maybe a 10 to 20% chance of that happening. Eau Claire is still trying to get those clouds up there. It's already showing that they have cloudier skies, but right now you can see it's pretty much they're higher clouds. So that's what's going on right now. Look at this view. La Crosse, you've got the smoke and haze here, some light to moderate smoke. You can see that in the distance. Some other locations as you go northward, not showing you that right now, but man, it looks pretty bad out there. In fact, as you continue on, we'll see the smoke and haze continue. But once these clouds get closer to us, the winds are getting closer to us as well, and that frontal boundary, well, that's going to kind of skew things up a little bit. We'll open up the skies again, get that smoke out of the region, knock it over to the east, and it should be done. You'll see this continue on going into the 9 o'clock hour for this morning with light showers by Red Wing. Also, Wabasha getting into that as well. We'll also see that get towards Eau Claire as we finish out in the morning hours. You can see it continue to lift up a little bit more so by Red Wing. That's new. And limited amounts for Eau Claire. And of course by La Crosse, you've got the cloud cover and clearing skies gradually as we go through the 7 o'clock hour. And of course that smoke is already gone as we go through the morning hours in the afternoon. We'll find ourselves getting into more showers for Thursday, as I've mentioned before, in the afternoon. This is a better chance, about a 30% chance of that happening. Maybe some showers happening here, maybe even a storm or two once we get here. You can see it kind of developing all the way between where it is right now back to La Crosse. So right in this region here, that's where it's going to begin to hit storm activity, possibly, if this all stays into fruition. And it's going to work its way all the way down to Prairie du Chien and Bosqueville and Richland Center. That kicks out. We're done. We get some cloudier skies, I should say some clearing skies by the nighttime. And as we go into Thursday, going into Friday, well, there may be another overnight shower. You saw those clouds coming in from the west. Rainfall possibly as we go through the next 72 hours, maybe 1.5 inches or less in the forecast, but I suspect it may get a little bit higher because some storms coming in for Saturday and Sunday will look really juicy. We'll get back into Friday's highs. This will be the warmest day of the week. We'll get up to 91 degrees for us, and right now it's been showing, along with the dew points, it's been showing that we may see it feel like about 96 degrees on your skin, but I suspect we're going to probably hit 92 degrees. And if that does occur, we get up to about 100 degrees there because the dew points would pick up a little bit. Eau Claire, on the other hand, they may get up to 91 to 92 degrees, and if they stick to 92, they'll get up to about 100 degrees. That's what it'll feel like on your skin there. Holding on to more rainfall possibilities coming in. Once we get past this midweek, we go into the weekend and start to pick up more showers coming in for Saturday night going into Sunday, and then more of that Sunday going into Monday, as you can see that as well, and then possibly drier skies. Tuesday's still up in the air if we're going to get any rainfall out of that, but here's Saturday. That continues on. Now, this is a wider, broader view here of all this rain, so a lot of this you may not see. Storm activity first, getting across the river, more of that trying to pop back. Now, this was over La Crosse 2 days ago. Now, yesterday it was over Eau Claire. Now you're seeing it well out of the region with more storm activity now by Prairie du Chien. That too was over La Crosse. That has moved, with more of that continuing on. We'll finish out going into the next few days. You know what's coming our way. Well, yeah, we've got warmer conditions on the way. Temperatures continue to increase. That'll go all the way into Saturday and Sunday despite the storm activity. And then into Monday, we have normal temperatures getting back to 84 degrees, back into Wednesday with 86 degrees. Be safe out there.
In our Morning Buzz report, rapper Sean Diddy Combs is looking to the Trump administration for help after his conviction last month. In an interview with CNN, his attorney said they've reached out to the Trump administration about a possible pardon. The mogul was convicted of transporting individuals for prostitution, but cleared of more serious racketeering and sex trafficking charges. He faces up to 20 years in prison. Lady Gaga is off to an early lead at the 2025 MTV Video Music Awards. She racked up 12 nominations, including for Artist of the Year. Bruno Mars is the runner-up with 11 nominations, followed by Kendrick Lamar with 10. The VMAs air September 7th on CBS.
That's always kind of been her thing, right? Drawing?
All kids like to draw.
But has she always been so
Eiders.
Eiders. She's working through some stuff.
A girl's drawings come to life in the new fantasy comedy Sketch. The film stars Tony Hale and Darcy Carden and holds a 96% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
This is my 25th wedding anniversary. If I miss dinner with my wife tonight, I will be shot.
Don't do anything stupid.
Whatever gets you home to your wife in time for your special day.
Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson team up to bring big laughs in a zany new heist flick. The Pickup follows an armored truck delivery that goes off the rails. Former Nickelodeon star Keke Palmer joins the two SNL standouts. You can watch The Pickup on Amazon Prime starting today. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Gunnar is turning 8. He enjoys fishing, camping, and spending time with his brothers.
Happy birthday to you, Gunnar. Love your hat. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Picture button under the Home tab on our website.
Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next.
Need a new driveway? Parking lot looking rough? Trust Patriot Paving. We do it all. Driveways, parking lots, and durable chip seal surfaces. Fast, reliable, affordable. Book online today at patriot-paving.com.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Laston Exteriors. Our highly trained technicians can install the complete water management system for your home with our exclusive custom gutters, gutter helmet, and helmet heat. Gutter helmet is filter free, so it will never clog, guaranteeing you'll never clean your gutters again. Use promo code 20 and receive up to 20% off your entire project. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
There's never been a better time to enjoy quality Smith Brothers sofa sectionals and chairs than right now during the annual Smith Brothers sale at Drury's in Fountain. You'll save on the latest sofa styles, stunning casual sectionals, and cozy chairs and recliners, even luxurious leather designs. Smith Brothers, made in America by skilled craftsmen dedicated to putting quality first. Plus, there's even special 24-month financing on all Smith Brothers furniture. Smith Brothers furniture at the best prices of the year, now at Drury's in Fountain.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar. For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit
Rough. Trust Patriot Paving. We do it all. Driveways, parking lots, and durable chip seal surfaces. Fast, reliable, affordable. Book online today at patriot-paving.com.
News 8, the Salvation Army and the YMCA are helping the community go back to school with Stuff the Bus. Stop by the La Crosse or Onalaska Walmarts on August 8th and fill the bus with school supplies. Donate new supplies or cash, and we'll put them in the backpacks for the students in our community who need it most. We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stuff the bus. Brought to you by these great community partners and proudly sponsored by Cooley Bank. The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
The Brewers are coming to the Cooley region.
And there she goes!
Yeah, you heard that right. All summer long, you can catch the Brewers right here and for free. No pay-per-view, no subscription, just good old reliable free TV the way the baseball gods intended it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action as News 8 now brings you 10 games throughout the summer.
A grand slam for Christian.
The Brewers playing here? You're welcome. The Milwaukee Brewers on News 8 Now.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day. Get it today.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Opinions are split about a request made by a Denmark zoo in a social media post. The Aalborg Zoo is asking area pet owners to donate their unwanted animals to be fed to the zoo's predators. Officials say officials there say the donated animals will be euthanized gently before being served. Critics say it's a cruel way for the public to dispose of animals, but supporters insist it's a way to maintain natural feeding behaviors. Time now is 6:53. Time for your morning news now. The fate of La Crosse's historic green bubblers is up in the air. The Common Council last night voted to install new ADA-compliant drinking fountains across the city, but they rejected a proposal to delay removing the beloved green bubblers. The historic fountains were shut off earlier this summer for ADA compliance issues.
We do need water for our citizens, whether they're sheltered or unsheltered or people just walking their dogs, jogging. We do need water for our citizens. Obviously, we'll have to do ADA compliant, and I'm good with that, but I just want to make sure that we preserve our old bubblers.
The council also recommended a new ordinance banning hemp-based THC sales to anyone under 21. The proposal would require ID checks, block sales within 500 feet of schools and parks, and mandate warning signs on vending machines.
Sometimes when you're young, you make foolish decisions. Sometimes we have to protect kids from themselves.
The mayor introduced the resolution, but admits he hasn't spoken with existing cannabis businesses in La Crosse. The measure mirrors something passed in Onalaska recently. A La Crosse group wants to change how you vote in Wisconsin. They are pushing to bring back fusion voting, which lets candidates be listed under multiple parties on the ballot. It was legal in Wisconsin until the early 1900s. The nonpartisan group leader Ethics says fusion voting would better reflect Wisconsin's purple voter base.
They can be supported by one of the two major Democratic or Republican parties, or they could be nominated by a third party.
The lawsuit is currently making its way through the courts. Governor Tony Evers pushing for more health care funding. He met with St. Clair in La Crosse and Chippewa Valley Free Clinic in Eau Claire yesterday. He's promoting investments and grants for free and charitable clinics. The biennial budget invests more than $1 billion to support health care access.
Not going to be able to force the healthcare systems to receive less money. They have costs just like everybody else. So the state has to be on top of it and be ready. That's the bottom line. We need to continue to support the healthcare systems.
The new state budget includes $1.5 million in new funding over the next 2 years for free and charitable clinics. Hope it swallowed up.
I know, right? I'll grab it if it gets near me. In fact, as we go into the morning hours, if you're in our region right now, of course, if you can hear me, go for a walk if you're doing it, but just be careful. There is a little bit of smoke and haze out there right now. Rainfall chances are meager, and they're about a 10% chance of that getting down to the ground today. If we hold on to the forecast, you are looking at this. Warmer conditions on the way. Not today. They're mild today, getting up to upper 80s and some 90s in the forecast. It's going to feel much warmer on your skin over the next couple of days to go into Friday and Saturday and Sunday with more showers and storms. Those are a little bit heavier, about a 30 to 40 to 50% chance of that happening. Of course, we'll see that kind of taper down, and as well as the temperatures for next week.
All right. Thank you, Art, and thank you for waking up with us. We will see you back here at noon. Art will have the latest on your forecast, and we will have the latest headlines. See you then.